I'm at 5711 Chandler Street. I'm doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, stuff like that that may be of concern to the buyer. We are going in through the main stack in the rear right of the basement if you're facing the house. It's a PVC. Based on the age of the house, unless it's been replaced, this should be probably clay on the exterior, maybe some cast iron on the inside, but it looks like there's been some capped off spots there, and everything has been routed through this main stack. So should be able to get most of the, hopefully we'll be able to inspect everything from here and get a good look at the main line. And I will stop and locate and make note of anything I feel is necessary. So you can see we're right next to the washer dryer stationary tub. And then we go straight down into clay. In clay you'll have really short sections. They're usually only about 3 feet. Sections of pipes, there are a lot of seams. Some goo here in the bottom of it. Might have to run some water and try to flush some of this out. There may be some construction debris and stuff in this line. So if nothing else, what we'll do is we'll push out, because that looked like a tie-in from maybe a floor drain or something there that could have brought some stuff in from either the toilet or there's a little drain for the condensate for the HVAC. But we'll stop on the way back and make note of that spot. We'll try to run some water and flush that out, maybe see how well it moves. There's still a little more. Looks like toilet paper. The house is empty. I'm not sure how long it's been empty, but we do want to obviously make sure that this stuff is moving down the line properly. Because a lot of the stuff looks pretty gritty. I may end up having to run some water beforehand. Try to rinse the camera head off, which I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn the microphone off and run some water.
Okay, we rinsed the camera off. We're moving pretty good now, but we're also going to try to watch and see if we can get some of those solids to move on down the line a little bit as we run this water. I believe there's already been a good deal of water run upstairs before I got here. It didn't look, it didn't look horrible. Like I said, it looked like it could have been possibly some construction material build up. Looks like the house has been completely gutted and rehabbed, so there's probably been a lot of work done. Structurally so far, everything looks good. We have made it all the way to the main. You can see it opened up. You can see we're hanging down into the main. I might try to rinse you can see the bricks from the sewer there from the main line. So we made it all the way out. We're at 96, 97 feet here. Try to make sure that the front of the lens is rinsed off, and then we will shut off the water. Structurally, everything looked good, especially for probably roughly 100-year-old sewer here. I just want to try to get in a spot where I can try to rinse the lens off a little bit better. I mean, I can see well enough. It's just, I'm used to looking at this, so just a little haze on the top half of the lens there. But again, all this looks really good structurally for the, for the time period. Haven't seen any root intrusion, which is usually a big issue with these with clay pipes. You have so many joints that it gives a bunch more opportunity for root intrusion. A slight, when you really call that a belly, you can see sometimes the water goes over the lens a little bit. That lens is only about a ½ inch off the bottom of the pipe. And with the 6-inch diameter pipe, that's obviously not much. That's pretty normal when you have water flowing through it. Again, this is all looking really good for a clay line at this age. This is structurally, all the joints look nice and tight still. No real offsets or shifting. Everything looks really good. I think this is the spot where we're back inside and we're seeing some stuff that, some build up. We're about 32 feet. I think we're back inside the house or very close to it. This looks like pretty soft material. So again, what I think I'm going to do here is from about 30 feet, I'm going to look until it stops. And I'm going to see if I can get some of this stuff, because obviously it's, you know, the water's not building up a whole lot. There's a little bit at this corner here where that connection comes in. Alright, around 27 to 30 feet, right as it turns before it exits the house. I believe that's what it would be. Since I ran that water, I think a lot of the stuff that was further up, I may have flushed that down the line a little bit, which would be good. Yeah, because here we go. There's this stuff here also. But this is right as we got in. So, right here at the very beginning, and then at about 30 feet there's a little bit. The one at 30 feet I'm not really worried about. This, obviously I can't see. So I'm going to try to run some water and see why maybe this is all built up right here at the beginning. It is pretty common for it to be flat, especially at the base of a stack, and have it hold a little bit of water just because that 90 sinks just from the extra weight of the pipe and everything on it. I mean, over years they settle a little bit. But there's 10 feet here. There's some goo. And I can't really distinguish what that is. But we want to make sure that that's making its way down the line and not building up right here for some reason that we can't see, since it is blocking the camera. Go ahead and run some water again here coming into the stack and see what we can get. See if we can move this stuff out of the way and flush this out a little bit. move the camera back and forth and try to make sure that this stuff breaks up right here. Looks like the water's clearing up right here. So maybe I can get it moving, flushing. So that'll at least make me feel comfortable that, you know, when you run the laundry and stuff, that it'll help flush the line out a little bit. I'm going to turn the microphone off here for a second so we don't have to listen to the water run. Okay, I just did that. I flushed the line out really good. It definitely looked like the water cleared up there at the base, back and towards the base of the stack, which is what we were looking for. There was a little bit of build up, and just wanted to make sure that that's going to continue. We have right here at a turn, which is probably the reason for a little bit of that build up. Also, is just on the inside corner there, you'll have some, creates kind of like a lack of pressure if it was wind, but So the water wants to travel to the outside. So sometimes at those turns on the inside, you'll have a little bit of debris. It's nothing to worry about. Again, this looks all really good. Everything I could see, it seems like the line is in great shape structurally. You just have this a little bit when you get back up to 10 feet back up to the stack that had some debris in it, but I think I cleared that out pretty well. Just with running some water in the stationary tub, which would be done when they, somebody does a load of laundry or something. It should flush the line out pretty well right here. So and there's a spot right here that I'm not real sure of, that I can't really see. It looks like there's a lip, and that may be what it is. Right there at that transition. Doesn't seem like it's holding anything, but there may be a slight offset in that connection. I can't see it because you can kind of see where it drops in right here. So I think there is a slight offset in that pipe, but it does not seem like it's preventing flow, and with the amount of water that's coming out, coming down the stack with the speed and pressure it would have coming down the stack, and just with when you would empty out the washing machine, this doesn't look like it would be an issue. It seems like it would overtake that fairly easy. As you can see, the water level, it's only, it's a very, very slight, little edge. It's right there, about 11 feet there, but you can see the camera jumps right over it, and so it is something to note at 11 feet, but nothing to, shouldn't affect flow. That's good. Now we just found something that probably why we couldn't see. So what we have here is a piece of, and I'm glad I flushed that line out, because there is the problem. That is what was holding the debris up. We have a chunk, looks like when they were doing the work, there is a chunk of concrete from either from the hub, looks like lightweight concrete or something off the hub, or this was around the old cast iron line that went down into the floor, and they put the concrete around it to get it into the hub, to hold it into the hub. Now, I don't want to record the whole thing while I try to get this down there, but that should, that can obviously grab a hold of some other debris. So I think what I'm going to recommend that this line get flushed out and get that piece of concrete out of there. So glad we flushed that line out. It was obviously couldn't see it before, but after running all that water and moving my camera around, I was able to get this open to a spot where we can see it. And so based off of the shape and everything of that piece of concrete, what that is like I said, where the cast iron used to go down into the floor, and they would pack around it. And probably when they removed it to do all the plumbing, that fell down in the line and nobody knew. It was just a piece of that concrete. And so once you get this down, if you can flush it out into the main line, it won't be an issue. It'll just go out into the main and won't be a problem. But I am going to recommend that this gets flushed out. So structurally everything looks good, but it'd be a good idea to have that chunk of concrete removed from the line. Now, as you can see, this was all filled with water at the time, and now it's not. So that was holding up some debris, and that's why, with all the water that was run earlier, that was sitting at the base, probably right around in here. And so now we've got it moved. So now make sure that it's down here. It's about 10 feet. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to finish pulling back and exit out of the pipe. But I'm actually going to stop and get an individual photo of this so that I can just make it easier to report since the video was pretty long. Hopefully I can get a better, there we go. Okay, so we got the photos. So the end of this video is going to be, the video is going to be a little long for what it normally would have been, but again, structurally, everything looked good. You had a tiny offset at about 10 feet, and you just need to flush that piece of concrete out. Other than that, the line is flowing freely, and looks like it's in great shape. So we're back into and we're out of the clean out, so that will end the inspection at 5711 Chandler Street.